Welcome to the 100th episode. So today we're gonna be looking at two films from, say the life, well, sort of autobiographies from the life of Hunter S. Thompson. In this case, we're looking at two films. We're looking at Where the Buffalo Roam and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Yeah, both of these films have different actors and are based on multiple different stories that the author wrote. So autobiographical films are quite common. Sometimes they will be extremely loose. Sometimes they will be very accurate. Today's two films that we'll be looking at are semi-biographical, and that sometimes they will have things that happen, and sometimes they'll be like from articles or other things that the author or individual had wrote. In this case, we're looking at two films from Hunter S. Thompson: Where the Buffalo Roam and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Let's go ahead and look at Where the Buffalo Roam first. So what was this film about? Well, it deals with Hunter S. Thompson's rise to fame in the 1970s and his relationship with Chicano attorney and activist Oscar Zeta Acosta, who is also known as Dr. Gonzo. So, this one has, say both of these films have a bit of, they'll have moments okay. It's, the films aren't very, structured, okay, this, and this, okay, end. This one has, okay, it'll go from, place to place and all that. I'm gonna be honest, although this is a comedy film, and especially you're having the greats say, Bill Murray as Hunter S. Thompson.
Wow!
Little bugger gets right on top of you, doesn't it?
And you also got, Peter Boyle as Carl Laszlo Esquire. I'm gonna be honest, if I did not really know I'll be honest, I don't really know much about Hunter S. Thompson. I know he was a journalist. He had he wrote several stories and all that. Haven't read them, but if I had to have with this film, I'd say why did they make a film about this guy again? And that it seems like this guy was a very from what this film was trying to say is this guy was a very goofy guy who was able to make a lot of journal articles for newspapers and and was able to write them so great that people oh, this guy's on something. And I gotta say that although sometimes the acting can be good, especially from Bill Murray and Boyle.
Did I say that? Well, I must have meant it if I said it, so I owe him an apology or nothing at all.
Well, if you get a chance to see him, what are you going to say to him?
Well, I'm going to tell him to wear brighter colors.
I don't think sometimes, like, even since this is a comedy, I don't think at times it really is quite funny at times. I'm not saying, like, oh, I didn't laugh. There are some moments where I thought, okay, you got me to chuckle a little bit. And I guess the one moment that made me chuckle was when they're on the airplane for the the presidential candidacy of Richard Nixon, and I gotta say, okay, when they have the fire extinguisher, I believe. Yeah, okay, that got a laugh from me. And also this film also has takes story elements from his books, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like, one moment is when they pick up a hitchhiker. But here's my thing. I'll delve into this when we get into Fear and Loathing. Most of the issue with this film that I have is, though, I feel like, although that Bill Murray is doing a great job, especially as the voice he is doing, this film just comes off as, okay, just kind of dull at times. And I hate to say that, because sometimes films shouldn't be dull. But this kind of is, and that, okay, this is a goofy thing happening, this is a goofy thing happening, and all that. And, yeah, that's just how I feel. It's a series of things that are happening, and are they funny? Sometimes they can be, varied. Laszlo wearing a Richard Nixon mask. I guess that has that got me a little bit of chuckle out of me. But, yeah, let's go ahead and look at the next film, which is, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Although, compared to the other, Where the Buffalo Roam is, this film was also, although it is a cult film nowadays, the film was actually a financial flop. And it had, mixed reviews to it, and honestly, I can see the criticisms that are given towards the film. But before we do and all that, let's actually, talk about what actually happens in it. And the film basically journeys, a duo's journey through Las Vegas as their journalistic intentions devolve into exploration of the city under the influence of psychoactive substances. Drugs in this case. I'll be honest, this film has such a huge influence on pop culture, media. Heck, this film has been made fun of in other things before. Heck, Johnny Depp even did it in his film Rango.
Hey, there's another one. I knew it.
I gotta say that I think it's a good choice to have Terry Gilliam doing this film, because I like the fact every time the group is having their drug trips, it always has a different camera angles, whenever Raul Duke is when he's at the hotel and he's gonna
Total coverage. I have my attorney with me.
And then suddenly the woman goes and turns to go.
What's the score here?
What's next?
Your suite isn't ready yet, but someone was looking for you.
No, we haven't done anything yet.
And then at times, like, when he is just dropped, and then he is just, like, he's just, like, doing so many drugs that there's, like, one moment where he goes, like, see, like, he's totally say, hey, just one drop, and you're good, and he goes, like,
They'll trace the call and put you straight behind bars. No,
and then suddenly he goes, like, "Rrr." He's got a blanket all over and go, "Rrr, rrr." I mean, I probably shouldn't be making fun of it, but, I feel like this is what actually happens to individuals when they, this probably is very accurate to some, people who are doing the hard drugs like this. But I gotta say, at times, like, say, the way the things are filmed, the way the angles, the acting, it can come off as silly, too. And like, whenever, like, they have the goofy moments, like, say, when they're in, like, the casino, and suddenly everyone turns into lizard people.
I just want to seriously, man. I just want to seriously.
Please! Tell me about the fucking golf shoes! Jesus, God almighty, look at that bunch over there, man. They've spotted us.
Yeah, that's really cool, honestly. And I kind of feel like, say, this film makes me feel like, say, you know, I actually would like to read, like the stories from this guy, because it makes me think, oh, this actually sounds cool. It actually makes me think, see, they didn't really, think all this stuff up. And also, like, say, they also have the return of the hitchhiker. And I gotta say, the way it's done here is, it works well too, in that
It doesn't matter, though, does it? Are you prejudiced?
Hell no.
I didn't think so. Because in spite of his race, this man is extremely valuable to me. Oh, shit. I forgot about the beer. You want some? How about some ether?
What?
Never mind.
although they're both going crazy, Raul and Gonzo, and I'll be honest, I like the story elements of, like, say, suddenly we have, like, say, Raul is basically, he can't remember anything, and Vince says, like, say, where'd that bastard go, his, attorney, and then suddenly we have a moment where he says something. But what we don't realize, in all actuality, is that is actually the ending of the film, which I actually think, once you get to the end of the film, you feel like, that's actually really clever, honestly. And I'll be honest, like, say, this film can be quite difficult to honestly explain to someone who has probably never seen this film, but I think this film is actually really good. And I mean, the thing about it, though, is it's just quite experimentally goofy.
Wait! We can't stop here. This is Bat Country.
And that you just, the only best way I can say for this film is, okay, you're going on a journey with these guys,
Get in.
and either you're gonna like it or you're not. And I'll be honest, like, some of the things that they're doing is, like, say, wow, that's insane. Like, Gonzo is in a bathtub at one point. He just goes, and he says, like, I want you to play a song. And he's like, say, okay, are you ready? And if he throws a fruit at him.
9, 111, 22, 3!
And then he goes, Rah! He says, like, get back in that shower, get back in that bathtub, get back in that bathtub.
Up!
Well, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I gotta say I found this film entertaining, and that what makes this film work, as say compared to this other one, was I think that like the although we know that in the Where the Buffalo Roam is that he is also a hard drug guy, we also realize like say okay, what makes this one work is that they're using like say different, like whenever they're doing all these drugs, it works in that like say whenever like they do the effects.
Where did he go? Good.
What is this thing gonna stop?
Stop.
Stop it!
Stop.
Stop it!
It's not ever gonna stop.
The camera that works, the shots and all that actually helps it, because then you get an idea of okay, this is like intriguing, I guess. It makes you feel like, oh, what's this? What's going on here? And I like that. I think that really works. And I'll be honest, I think both Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro, they do a really good job, honestly. I think compared to what Buffalo Rome is, I think this one actually gives you a more detailed idea of Hunter Thompson and his writing style, I guess, and that what he was trying to give off ideas. I'll be honest, I'm kind of glad we didn't have to do 3 films and also have to do with the Rum Diaries.
No smoking in the extraction area, if you please.
Don't be ridiculous.
I know, I've tried watching that one, and that didn't really, I'll probably say, this one's too nihilistic for me. Because, I'll be honest, sometimes, like, say, some of the, like, although, like, say, this one is enjoyable, sometimes, like, say, the humor can be, like, quite, dark, I guess. But it works for what it's trying to do, again. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you had fun today, the 100th episode. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be continuing on going forward. And by the way, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you can, check out our videos for the journey with a new Trekkie. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoy. See you later.